Get our crew together on the 15. Jennifer, let's see, Elizabeth, Rosita, Richard, Michael, and another Richard all going for a ride. My name is Richard. We visit Kilauea, one of the most active volcanoes in the world. I think I almost got my crew together. Good morning. Aloha. Now you can't reach it. Got it? My name's Richard. I'll be with you as we make our way out to the volcano. Excellent activity out here. Been cranking over the last 5 weeks. Took a 3.7 earthquake, shut down the vent completely. The vent came back to life the next day. Built a big cinder cone on the front, on the east side. That collapsed 3 days ago. Now we got a big, huge pool of lava boiling. Lava flows did get out about 4 weeks ago. They did take out Jack's Red Roof Lava House, bed and breakfast, burned that down about 4 weeks ago on Saturday. He got out all right, but he'd been dealing with the bread and breakfast out there with lava for the last 20 years, and it finally run him over. Water tanks left, satellite dish sticking out of the lava, and there's a roof, and that's about it. Still a good portion of the garden is still out there, so you can still see the roads in the neighborhood. So one structure still left standing. Hey, about aircraft, 1.2 mil, the boss put into her. Air conditioning, 4-camera DVD, so I got you guys on television up here. Jennifer's co-pilot, she said earlier we hit any bumps on this flight, she'll buy you guys lunch. Gets me off the hook. Elizabeth, let's see. Rosita, is that right? A Richard, another Richard, a Michael, another Richard. Aloha. Mom liked all three of us, I guess. Quick safety brief and I'll get you guys out of here. Non-smoking flight with you outside the gate to smoke if you would. Seatbelt should remain on. They don't have to be tight, just comfortable. Lift the metal tab, does release the belt. Fire extinguisher on my right side on the floor. Pull the pin, squeeze the handle, discharges it. And a full first aid survival kit under the back seat on the floor. Aircraft has 4 emergency exits. Easy enough. It's the doors nicely around you. You just came through 2 of them. Push down on the black handle. The doors are spring-loaded and they open right up. Life vests are required. We will not fly over any large amount of water today. Hotels, Coconut Island, a couple nice restaurants I'll point out to you on the way home. Good for lunch. So, in any event, we do land in somebody's swimming pool out here in their backyard. Remember procedure. Get rid of the headset, pull the vest out, place over your head, and do not inflate inside the aircraft. Once you're in the water, pull down the 2 red tabs to inflate or blow into the orange tube. Aloha bags are stationed around the aircraft. Inside the little blue bag is a white one. That's a souvenir bag you take with you. You 2 are located right straight down on the seat pouch between you. And I always have 2 in my dashboard up here. Microphones are set up around the aircraft. If you see somebody standing on the lava flow and their shoes are smoking, I get it all the time out there. Point it out to me. I'll make sure I get it on television. America's Funniest Home Videos, paying 10 grand for the best video. So, but if you got any questions, push the button. You can talk to me. You can talk to each other. A great TV show used to be on What Not to Do on the Hawaiian Vacation. You know, and Walking on Lava's #1. Yeah, you can push the button.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Should I have gotten a boob job here?
Yeah, no. That's up to you. You're on television. You tell me. No.
It's not fitting.
They're supposed to be nice and loose like that, Ian.
Well, I can see how this flight's going to be today.
Yeah, interesting. I know we're going to see lava. At least I can say that part. Give me a second, I get the tower online with us, try to wake them up, and we'll see about getting out of here. We're like right in between everybody, so that's perfect.
Apollo 13 flight controllers, listen up. Give me a go, no go for launch. Booster. Go. Retro. Go. Fido.
We're go flight.
Guidance.
Guidance go.
Surgeon.
Go flight.
Ecom.
We're go flight.
GN.
You've been waiting for this for 30 years.
Procedures.
Go.
INCO.
Go.
FAO.
We are go.
Network.
30 years? I've been doing this for 30 years.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
I ain't been doing it that long. All right, pretty good sized piece of real estate. The Big Island's over 4,038 square miles. If you had to fly the coastline all the way around the outside edge, you get 278 miles of shoreline. And normally is growing every minute. Boy, that water is beautiful today out there. Look at all the current lines. Okay, something for you to do later today. Left turn out of the airport, down about 3 miles. On the left, there'll be a blue-yellow sign. This is the Mauna Loa factory ahead of you. It is the largest macadamia nut farm in the state of Hawaii. They will keep the name Mauna Loa brand, blue and yellow can, but it was recently bought by Hershey Chocolate. So they took the original Hershey Kiss, which is already famous, They put the Hawaiian Mac Nut in the Hershey Kiss, and they got a brand new product, only made here in Hilo. The company was bought about 7 months ago. They do a very nice free tour. The lime green building is the visitor center. The white building is the factory. You walk up, you look in the windows, and everybody working, putting all the candies in the boxes. But the free samples are first class. Maui Divers also has a beautiful marine jewelry store if you're into nautical jewelry, whale tails, black coral, pink coral, black pearls. Check them out. When you walk in the door, they give you, I usually go here on my birthday every year. They give you a key. If it opens the jewelry box, you win everything in the jewelry box. So I haven't been there in a while. I got to stop in and check it out. Big tall trees on the outside edges out here, Norfolk pine trees. I've done a lot of research on this from studying Captain Cook and all the series that went down with him and the Hawaiians stealing the rowboat and burning the rowboat for the metal strapping and losing his life. And it was all just about these trees, actually. They left these trees on the island so that if he ever broke anything in a storm, he could come back and do repairs to the vessel. When he sailed out of Kealakekua Bay, leaving the big island, he ran into a hurricane. So he turned right around to come back and do repairs, and that's what cost him his life. But the trees were left here, so if he came back 10 years, 15 years ago, these trees could be a replacement mast or boom on a ship. When the whalers got here, they left the ironwood, which became rib material to make ribs and sister to ribs in ships that got damaged, and also a tree, they're like a cousin of mahogany that grows here wild. So all the material is waiting for you when you got here to do repairs to your vessel. You didn't have to carry all that weight. Alternate crops grown on the island out here. Bananas on our left. Banana, papaya, mango, guava, macadamia nut on this side. South side of the island still. Number one, everybody knows, $25 a pound is what? Kona coffee.
Let me teach you. Ah, come on. Nah, I'll teach you, Auntie. How much money you get? Because I need money for my boy.
All right, what you guys are headed out for is known as the Kilauea East Rift Zone. There's a huge fault line that runs right to the edge of the island, right on the horizon, 38-mile-long crack, and it goes 18 miles deep. The darn thing is the San Andreas Fault out here in the middle of the Pacific. Now, the Discovery Channel did a really good one-hour TV special on this rock titled Mauna Loa, Kilauea, 2 volcanoes off your right. They went into depth and kept it very simple that magma starts 90 miles down underneath this rock from the hot spot in the Pacific Plate. Latitude, longitude, the big island is setting on the hot spot right now. Magma comes up underneath the summit of Kilauea and cannot get out. The last eruption, 1984. It shifts to a 38-mile-long crack in the side of our island. As the magma goes in the rift, it tries to force the island apart and inflate it. So as the island out here swells up, something's going to give. When it does shift, slip, slide, collapse, we get the resulting earthquake. The quake is big enough, it can crack the fault line open, and magma got a straight shot to the surface, exactly like what's happening at the Pu'u'o'o vent ahead of you over the last 29 and a half years. So we're not like the volcano Mount St. Helens. I went up there, flew airplanes doing tours before she ever blew up in 80. Composite volcanoes release millions of little air bubbles come to the surface when the eruption takes place. Think of St. Helens like a good bottle of champagne. Let's go Dom Perignon, 1956. Pull the wire seal, shake the bottle, you add gas to a liquid, pressure bills, boom, there went the cork and $100 worth of champagne. Here in Hawaii, we're different. We swell up like a bullfrog, get whacked with a 6.0 earthquake, lava run down the hill, burn down $90 million worth of homes out here, but nothing blows up. The only time this thing gets dangerous is when the lava's headed for your house. Then all you got to do is get out of the way. Your fire insurance will not cover this. The volcano insurance does not exist, Lloyd's of London. But how are you going to get Lloyd's of London to insure you live in 2.5 miles downhill from an active vent that is full all the way to the top right now with 2,400 degree lava? Ain't going to work. If your property does get run over by lava, this was the best joke. If your property gets run over like Jack's just did 3 weeks ago, the county condemns your property and then you only got to pay $25 a year property tax. but that gives you the right to come back and build anytime you want. As you will see on this flight, the people waited 25 years and came into Kalapana, which got covered 86 to 1992. They built, I never counted how many houses down there. They built a whole bunch of brand new homes, brand new roads, and the lava 11 months burned down my wannabe house out here. Took out 14 homes in the Royal Gardens and 3 brand new ones at the end of 130. I'll show you what's left. Now, Pele has been seen as a beautiful young woman, long black hair, dressed in a white dress. She's been seen as an elderly lady dressed in rags. Hawaiian solely believes she's a powerful controller. Why the volcanoes are up, where they are up, what's created and what's destroyed is all up to her. As long as you pay homage, bring her gifts, flowers, offerings, she'll put on a great show out here. You make her mad, her dress turned red, better get out of her way. Lava flows can travel on the ground out here at speeds of 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. The best I've seen after Jack's place burned down 3 weeks ago, there was a river going down to Polly at about 80. That's about the max I've ever seen. Now what you're going to look at was exactly textbook eruption. We had 1 week of earthquakes on the fault line, 38-mile long crack out here, 18 miles deep. The ground split open in the middle of the rainforest on January 3rd, 1983. After an earthquake, lava was blown out of a 50-foot crack 20 feet in the air. Within 3 weeks, the lava mixed with moisture. Then, with an underground spring, this stuff went off like Yellowstone, Old Faithful, blowing steam and lava 2,000 feet straight up for the next 3 years. 2 miles away from homes on both sides. By the time it was over, the cone ahead of you was 837 feet above the ground, and the lava wouldn't climb the height. Activity moved a mile east, 1 mile closer to us, Kupayanaha, right where the smoke is coming up. Kupayanaha came to life. She was bringing up 670,000 yards of lava a day. River rolled through the Royal Gardens, turned, and headed for Kalapana. Between 1986, that took a while, 1986 and 1992 out here, we destroyed $87 million in real estate. Well, it didn't happen overnight. Then it quit. Pool came back to life, quote the geologist, not me, the pilot. 570,000 yards of liquid concrete a day you're going to see, and 2,000 ton of smoke. But that comes down to 2 places. All right, so you understand how this works. Magma comes up underneath the summit of Kilauea. Where the smoke is coming up to your right over there, 3 miles, way on the horizon, that is the top of the volcano. That is where you drive to. That's the Kilauea National Park. Magma can't get out. Shifts to a 38-mile long crack in the edge of the island and comes to the surface here at the Pu'u vent. This becomes the lava reservoir. Think of it like the pot of chili on the stove. Grandma keeps filling this thing up, and the faster it fills up, there's a hole in the pan, and it's running out the front door, heading for the coastline. All this started about 5 weeks ago. We had pretty much just average stuff out here, and we took an earthquake, collapsed the vent. You'll see a big crack all the way around the inside of it. The following Sunday, the next day, lava come up into what's called a splatter cone. We'll get up here, there's a little tiny cone, and it shoots lava up, and it splashes out, and then the cone gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, 3 days ago, I went to lunch, come back, and the cone disappeared. The remainder of it is still in here. Well, good morning, Pele. What are you up to today out here? Now you know why the other side of the island's so messed up with all that smoke. You got 2,000 tons of smoke coming out of the volcanoes headed right for Kona. Inside here, Grandma's got the fire turned up a little high. Pot of chili's pretty much full max to the top. Where the cone collapsed in the front is now a 2,400 degree pool, which is titled Poi Hoi Hoi Lava. Good color. My, isn't that a big lens? I had to do that to a guy yesterday. He brought one in here. It was like 2 feet long. And I said, well, you're going to be 500 feet above the ground. I don't know if you need a lens quite that big. I'm pretty close to this stuff. You open the window, you darn near feel the heat. We should have flew back in the old days when we could park right next to this stuff and look at it. They took all the fun out of it. That was called the Wild West back then. Boy, what a beautiful day. Look at the volcanoes. The great crack that caused all this to happen is
It's gonna blow! Hey, I don't know.
So this is a big pot of chili on the stove. Now lava gets out the front of this thing like it did 5 weeks ago. Lava has to run on the surface first, cool on the top, and it builds a cave. The cave is titled a conduit. The conduit then moves the lava from the vent down to the ocean, and we normally see nothing on top of the island. Well, this whole system hasn't got to the ocean yet.
Suffer smoke of the sky. The parrot heads, all they know how to fly.
To follow the river, we follow the smoke. Everything else out here is ice cold. You can land on it, you can walk on it. As I will show you, you can build a house on it. Thousands of rivers have gone through this area, and there's thousands of caves underneath the ground out here that used to move lava in different areas where this used to be beautiful rainforest.
James, you'd better watch your feet. That lava comes out soft and hot.
If you block this river in any way, cause it to collapse because of an earthquake or whatever, the river goes boop, and jumps right back on the island, and everything in front of the river will be destroyed, covered up. What happened to Jack out here?
Hey, Mr. Utley.
I worked pretty close with Jack for the last 20 years out here. I've flown a lot of big wheels in. George Harrison, the Beetle, I started adding it up. I got to sit down and write it down. Jack kept a book, so all the big wheels that stayed here, all signed everything in. Billy Joe Chrisley Brinkley, when I got married in 1988, brought him out here, $500 a night bed and breakfast. So the idea was, because we don't fly at night, it's too dark, I bring the people out, he'd cook them dinner, he sat on the deck, and then you watched everything that was moving out here, whether the lava was right next to his house, or he'd hike you up the vent at night. That's nuts.
After these two
I hope they do make a movie. I'm hearing rumor now. It's only been 3 weeks since it all happened, but They did video his house at 3 o'clock in the morning burning down. I was the guy who came in here and pulled him out 2.5 years ago. His house is going to be the water tank right up here on the top of the poly. So he had an awesome view. Bumpy out here, and it ain't even noon yet. The winds are trying to change. Satellite dish, water tank, and it's part of his roof. I wish it had left some of the road, because we used to land right in front of his house, and the road, a year ago you could drive in here. Brian, the starving artist, lived right above me. I was buying the property where the 2 palm trees are. That's all still there, but the house burned down. Susie owned an A-frame there. She wanted $9 grand. I offered her 2. We settled at 3, and the darn thing burned down 11 months ago before I could close on the property. We lost Brian's house right here. The guest house survived, so that's the only other structure that's left. Welcome to the Royal Gardens subdivision. Now, all right here was what was moving yesterday. This is all new lava. How you can tell what's hot and cold, anything that's dark in color, land on it, walk on it, it's safe. Anything that looks like liquid silver, you do not want to step on. That big old silver finger down there by the ocean, that's all moving. We're going to go down and look at it. This was moving yesterday, and I'm just going to look again. The sun's shining out here, so, oh, it just broke open for me. Look, see, I say I'm going to bring Pele flowers. See the orange? Just opened up, just cracked open right there. You got a surface flow. And I got to bring Pele some flowers. You can't even see the roof of my house anymore. A lot of pig trails. See, this is a very good example of a shield eruption. So if Jack was still living here, all these people have a view of this all night long of the lava running down the hill a mile away. Kind of scary, but people did it. Within 9 seconds, you will lose the color. I don't know if that's a surface flow or actually a skylight. No, it's coming out. See it right here? Straight down. All moving. Right there, blue and red. Welcome to the neighborhood. It used to be pretty cool. There was like 14 houses here, and you could drive in still until last year, 11 months back. Hard to believe it was a whole city right here. Over 200 homes, stores, restaurants, parks, beaches buried 85 feet under. And I didn't know this until just a couple days ago. When you drive down the end of the road here, down here to Kalapana, and you park like at the real end of the road, they got a restaurant, a gift shop, and then you got to walk up this like 80-foot hill to get on top of the lava flow to go to the Black Sand Beach. And that's how thick the lava is. Now look very closely at the silver stuff. I see red already right there on the right. Look at all the edge of it. It looks like liquid mercury. The edge of this is red. I'll turn around and go back. All this is moving right here. This is all on a march. The bad part about it is when we turn around, this stuff made a dog leg here in the last 2 days, and when we turn around and take a look at what's in front of it, it's a brand new subdivision of the Royal Gardens. All these houses we're going to go down and look at, all of them are brand new, and the lava is going the same direction it went back in 1986 and destroyed the whole neighborhood once 30 years ago. The only time you get red out from underneath that stuff is when it starts crawling, inch by inch.